Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Charlie. On today's episode, I'm going to be showing y'all how to make my delicious crispy supreme beef tacos. Now, these consist of a hard shell corn tortilla with a beef chili filling, sour cream, shredded pepper jack, and cheddar cheese, along with some lettuce, tomatoes, and black olives. And there you go. This recipe makes about 10 medium-sized tacos, filling and absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here's all you need to make your crispy supreme beef tacos. Let's get started with our ingredients. You'll need some taco shells. Now this is 10 taco shells in a pack here, and this is how it looks here. It's the stand and stuffed version, so you're going to need that. And along with that, you're going to need 1 pound of lean ground beef, salted butter, tomato paste, hot sauce, sour cream, shredded lettuce, 1 large tomato, sliced black olives, Mexican style cheddar jack. Now this is shredded cheddar and Monterey Jack cheeses. And for your seasonings, you will need 1 yellow onion, green bell pepper, red bell pepper, garlic, salt, black pepper, Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Now if you don't have this, you can use the Zatarain's Creole seasoning or the Stopping Mama Cajun seasoning. You will also need some Chef Paul Prud'homme's Poetry Magic, granulated onion, granulated garlic, chili powder, mesquite seasoning, crushed red pepper flakes, and some dried thyme. And I forgot to mention that you're going to need some ground cumin and a lime. And there we have it. Alright, let's get straight to it. I'm going to get started by chopping up a half of a yellow onion. Alright, next I'm going to rinse off my green bell pepper, my red bell pepper, and my 1 large tomato off with cold water. Okay, here we have our green and red bell peppers. Now you want to make sure you remove the core out of the center of your bell peppers before you chop them. Next I'm going to chop half of a green bell pepper and chop half of a red bell pepper. Alright, here I have 2 cloves of garlic. I went on ahead and cut them in half. And here I have a garlic press. And from there, I'm going to press the garlic. And there we go. Alright, here we have our 1 large tomato. I'll just remove the stem off of there. And from there, I'm going to cut it in half. Okay, next I'm going to take a spoon and I'm just going to dig the insides of the tomato out. Now you want to do this very carefully. Just remove all that out of there. Now for the other side, I'm going to just make a little incision at the top. And from there, I'm just going to take the spoon and I'm just going to dig out all the insides. It makes it more easier, see? And there we have it. We just want to use the outside of the tomato. There's our 2 halves there. And from there, I'm just going to dice these up. And there we have diced tomatoes. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Alright, let's get started with the preparation of our ground beef filling. So we're going to start off by sauteing the ground beef and then go from there. I'm going to add the ground beef. This is 1 pound. Add that in there. And from there, I'm going to sprinkle about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Give this a quick stir. Now, while stirring the ground beef, make sure you take your spatula and just break down some of those larger pieces of ground beef. I'm going to cover this. Let this saute for about 6 to 8 minutes, stirring occasionally. Alright, it's been about 6 to 8 minutes now. And our ground beef is done. Now you're going to go ahead and turn your fire off. Okay, here I have a mesh strainer with a shallow bowl underneath it. I'm going to just take the ground beef and just add it in there. And here's the pan juices here, and we're going to use that to saute our seasonings. So let's get started with that. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Okay, let's get started with sauteing our seasoning. So in this large saucepan, remember our pan juices. This is about 1 tablespoon of it. We're just going to add that in there. And to that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of salted butter. Just drop that on in there. I'm going to just spread that around. I'm going to let the butter melt. All right, now let's add some seasoning. I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of our chopped yellow onion right on in there. A 1/2 cup of chopped green bell pepper. And a 1/2 cup of the chopped red bell pepper. Give this a quick stir. I'm going to cover this. I'm going to let this saute for about 6 to 8 minutes, stirring occasionally. Alright, it's been about 8 minutes now. Just give this one last final quick stir. Okay, next I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of this pressed garlic, followed by the cooked ground beef, 1/3 cup of tomato paste. And I forgot to mention that you're going to need 1 or 2 tablespoons of hot sauce. Now, if you don't like hot sauce and you don't like a lot of spice in your food, then you can omit the hot sauce from the recipe. Now let's add some seasoning. I'm going to sprinkle about 1/8 to 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, 1/4 teaspoon of Chef Papadome's Portrait Magic, a 1/2 teaspoon of granulated onion, a 1/2 teaspoon of granulated garlic, a 1/2 teaspoon of the mesquite seasoning, 1/4 teaspoon of the red pepper flakes. This is if you want to add heat to your tacos. If you don't like a lot of spiciness, you would leave it out. 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 3 teaspoons of chili powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of dried thyme. Stir all your ingredients together. If you want to use a 1/2 lime, you can squeeze just a little bit in there. And after that, just give it a quick stir. And there you go. I'm going to cover this. I'm going to let this simmer for about 2 minutes, stirring occasionally. And after 2 minutes, turn your fire off. And our beef chili filling is done. I'm going to cover this. And I'm just going to let this cool for about 10 to 15 minutes. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven to 325 degrees. Okay, let's get started with our taco shells. So here I have about 10 taco shells. I'm actually going to just use all 10 of them. Right now, I'm just going to separate them into this 11 by 17 inch baking pan, just as you see here. And into the oven they go. I'm going to place this into a preheated 325 degree oven on the bottom rack. And I'm going to bake this for 6 to 7 minutes or until they're crispy. Alright y'all, it's been about 8 minutes now. Let's go ahead and check on our taco shells. This is it right here. Let me go ahead and remove this out of the oven. Hold up. Alright, here we have our taco shells right here. We're just taking them out of the oven. And they are nice and firm. You could tell that they're crunchy. You could just feel it. Yeah, that's pretty good. And from there, we're going to let this cool off for about 10 minutes. And afterwards, we'll be ready to fill the taco shells. Alright, let's get started with assembling our tacos. So here I have the taco shells. I have them cooled and ready to go. I'm going to start off with 6 and then go from there. Okay, I'm going to take some of the chili beef filling and I'm just going to carefully add it into the taco shell. Like that. Add a little bit more. And I'm going to do the same for the rest of them. Yep, we're going to need a little bit more of them because we still got some more filling there. Alright, here's the other 4, so I'm going to go ahead and fill these. And that's it. We have all 10 filled with the beef chili filling. Alright y'all, I've added the sour cream into this disposable piping bag with the tip cut off, but you could just add it in little dollops. So just put a little bit of sour cream on there like that. And that is it for the sour cream. Okay, next I'm going to add my shredded iceberg lettuce, which I already had previously. Cleaned it and shredded it and everything. I'm just going to add that onto each taco. And there we go. And next we're going to add the diced tomatoes. And lastly, the black olives. Uh-oh, y'all done messed up now. I done forgot about the cheese. Normally I would add it after you add the beef mixture, but oh well. Just add that on top and call it a day. I should have, when you add the cheese right after you add the beef mixture in there. And go from there. And after that, the tacos are ready to be served. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Crispy supreme beef tacos, made by a New Orleans native. If you like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell button if you want to be notified of my videos. I have an official website for all of my recipes, including for these delicious crispy supreme beef tacos. Go to www.charliethecookandrews.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter under the name Charlie the Cook Andrews. Stay tuned as Charlie's Taste Test is coming up next. Can't wait. Now it's time to grate and take a bite. Look at that. It's good enough, but it needs a little bit more sour cream. Now we're talking. Now, as you can see, after 3 bites, that's gone. Let me go ahead and get me another one. But the taco is really, really good. It just needs a little bit more sour cream. I don't know what it is about sour cream, but I like a lot of sour cream. I don't know, it just brings out all the flavors. I just love it, all of it. It's just really good. So, give the recipe a try. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, have a good one. Peace.